So everybody, we have a ton of news surrounding the fourth stimulus check, as well as the Social Security benefits. Congress is now finally making some big moves in regards to passing and sending out the fourth stimulus check. Folks, what do you think about President Biden so far? Is he doing all that it takes to send out the fourth stimulus check and help out the American people as he promised during his campaign? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, everybody.
Now, there's been a lot of misleading talk, which is no surprise, I guess, about what I'm proposing in my Build Back Better agenda. It's not a short-term stimulus. It's a long-term investment in American families. Our Republican colleagues have argued that long-term investments in physical infrastructure will grow the economy and reduce inflationary pressures. And I thank them for that. They're exactly right. We agree on that. At the same time, it's true that long-term investments that bring down the biggest costs that families face, housing, childcare, education, and healthcare.
Billionaires in America have seen their wealth increase by $1.8 trillion during this pandemic, while at the same time, thousands of essential workers died, providing the goods and services we needed. Billionaires become richer.
These investments will lower out-of-pocket expenses, not raise them. They will spur more people to work by helping ease the burdens of child care and senior care that parents, especially mothers, bear, keeping them out of the job market. And they'll spread out over the decade. They'll make a huge difference for families, but they'll only make up around 1% of our economy each year over the next decade. And they're going to be fully paid for. This isn't going to be
Now, things like social infrastructure could include child tax credits, Social Security benefits, an increase to your Social Security benefits, as well as a possible fourth stimulus check of $1,200 per month. But everybody, here's what Chuck Schumer said. He said we are on track to pass the most consequential, hard infrastructure legislation in decades. He also added, by making education, healthcare, childcare, and housing more affordable, we can give tens of millions of families a leg up. By making further investments in infrastructure, we can create tens of thousands of good-paying jobs. And by finally tackling climate change, we can spare our country and our planet the most devastating effects of global warming. So everybody, after the budget resolution is passed, the House and Senate will begin actually writing what is likely to be a massive bill that is going to face fierce opposition from some Republicans. Let's remember, folks, with only 50 members in the Senate and a slim majority in the House, Democrats' margin for error on the reconciliation bill is extremely small. Folks, what are your thoughts on the Republicans and the GOP? Are they holding back the fourth stimulus check, and are they holding back the much needed stimulus checks from going to the American people? Are you a Democrat or a Republican, everybody? Tell me in the comments below.
In fact, Social Security, which is perhaps the most successful federal program in the history of our country, has not contributed one penny.
Plus, moderates like Senator Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, and even Representative Josh Gottheimer of New Jersey, are likely to ask for a scaled-down package from the one supported by Democratic leadership and progressives. And a handful of moderate House Democrats got the internal party debate started over the weekend, with a letter to Speaker Pelosi asking her to make clear the reconciliation package's effect on the deficit and inflation. But the thing is, everybody, progressives such as Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar are likely to counter that Democrats need to seize the opportunity that they have in control of the presidency and both chambers of Congress. In response to this, everybody, Chuck Schumer said, "When we took the majority in the Senate earlier this year, the American people entrusted us with great responsibility to make their lives better." So let's see what Chuck Schumer can do, everybody. Let's see if he can pass the fourth stimulus check. Now, the Senate has voted to end the debate on the $1 trillion infrastructure bill. And New York, and the state of New York, is looking into passing a fourth round of stimulus payments for its residents, much like the California Golden State stimulus check. By the way, folks, has the governor in your state sent you a fourth stimulus check yet? Tell me in the comments below. And do you believe that all 50 states across the country should give each of their state residents a fourth stimulus check? Leave a comment down below saying yes or no. Folks, the Senate on Sunday night voted to end debate on a roughly $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill. And senators did vote 68-29 to end debate on the bill, which required 60 votes. 18 GOP senators joined with all Democrats to help advance legislation. So it looks like some Democrats and Republicans can finally come to terms on some agreements in regards to the fourth stimulus check. Everybody, that's all the news in this video, and if you guys found this video useful or helpful, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like.
President, I would ask suspension of the quorum call. If we are in a quorum call, I'd ask.
We are not in a quorum call.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Mr. President. I rise today to speak about Michigan families. Our families are a lot like families in every other state. Families in Michigan worry about making ends meet. It's something that keeps them up at night a lot of times. Parents of young children wonder how they'll be able to pay for quality childcare. The cost may be as much or more than their rent. I know for my daughter and her husband, it's more than their mortgage payment for their 3 children. A mom who wonders how she will feed her kids healthy meals in the summer when there are no school meals. Parents of older children worry about how they'll be able to pay for their college tuition. Seniors in Michigan wonder why their hearing aid or their glasses or their trips to the dentist aren't covered by Medicare right now. They should be. And with our budget, they will be. And they want to know why their medicine is so expensive. And in addition, we have Michigan farmers diligently planting cover crops for healthier soil while directly battling the effects of the climate crisis and the destruction of their crops, and they need support to help them do more. They want to do more. All of our families wonder if we will be able to tackle the climate crisis in time to save lives and land and jobs. Their worries are our worries. That's why Democrats are committed to passing the Build Back Better budget. Let me also say that I congratulate all of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle who have, through their hard work and leadership, brought us to this point of passing Part 1 of President Biden's Build Back agenda, which is the bipartisan infrastructure bill, and I'm enthusiastically supporting it. So the Build Back Better budget is the second piece, and it's focused on keeping historic economic growth going, and it's a game changer for our families.